Hola, howdy, hello. So, greetings, folks. This is Sarana Naranamurthy here to talk about the mind business. So, in today's episode of this podcast, we are going to speak about something which our mind misinterprets most of the times. Yeah, so the topic we have taken here is distraction versus concentration. So, okay, before we move on deep into the topic, I would like to really show gratitude towards the happy monk for helping me come up with this topic. Because even before I came into this idea, even I thought distraction is the best way. But then the happy monk said no. And yeah, as a tribute, I really wanted to know what I made wrong. So I went in deep into it. I learned few of it, and now I am here to share what I learned with you in this podcast. So, shall we dive more into the topic? Yes, get into the topic. So, yeah, when we always have something in our mind, take it for example, we are totally stressed up with something, or if some person whom we love the most leave us, so we often get into that sort of depression. So by that time, what does most of the people or most of the therapists or most of self-help book really tell you? They tell you to distract yourself, yeah. Distract yourself from those thoughts. Don't keep submerging yourself into it. Distract yourself. So every time we hear this, even most of the time we even try. So when we think of something, we say, okay, mind, don't think that, get yourself distracted, and we go out, or we do gardening, or we do painting, or we just listen to songs, or we go out with our friends and do something to distract our mind from that one thought. But how long does it really work? How long do you really keep yourself distracted? For 2 hours, 3 hours, okay, for a day, for 2 days, for 3 days, for 1 week, or okay, every time when you get this thought, you distract yourself, and finally one day you don't get this thought. So, what do you really get by that? What do you really get by distracting yourself? You just get away from something which you don't want to think of. Anything other than that? No, you don't. So, here we have another synergy over here. Concentrate. Okay, so now you might ask, okay, so what does concentration do? See, when you have something which is not mandatory in our life, instead of distracting our mind from that thought, why should I not concentrate on something else which is more beneficial? Okay, so you're getting some little spark, right? Okay, yeah, let's ignite that spark. Take for example, you had a breakup. So you always have those stinking thoughts in your mind and you wanted to get over it. So what do you think to distract yourself? You listen to music, you play games, you go out with your friends, and you do party and all those stuff. So these are distraction. But what if, in order to get your mind out of that breakup, you start concentrating on a side skill? Take for example, you concentrated on learning professional drawing, and by thorough concentration, by knowing more about it, by knowing more, by learning more, by experimenting more, by putting all your concentration into it, at the end of 3 or 4 months, you are an illustrator. Sounds interesting, right? So yeah, this is the power of concentration. So when you distract your mind, you just get yourself away from that one thought. But when you concentrate your mind, you get yourself away from something and into more of another thing, which is actually beneficial. In life, all our time is limited. Our entire set of time is limited. The money you earn is not limited. The amount of love you send to someone is not limited. The amount of food you can eat is not at all limited. The amount of business you can run, again, it's not limited. But your time is limited. You still have only 24 hours in a day. You still have only few years in your life. Just imagine, guys, this earth has been for around billion, trillion years. But how long have you been? Maximum 35 or 40. Check out the ratio, 40 is to 10 billion. Wow. We aren't even significant. So that is the amount of time we have in this whole earth. And you really wanted to spend a few months of your time, which is a really good ratio, in distracting your mind? You really think Mind is your powerful weapon. So when I came to know the difference between distracting yourself and concentrating on something, I felt like, wow, this is the magic which I have been missing out. We all do this, irrespective of whatever we want to do. We all do this. Not just for a breakup, it can be mere for any reason. We always distract ourselves. When we don't want to do something, we distract. Sometimes we willingly distract, sometimes it happens, distraction happens to us, right? Everything happens. So, the next time when you really feel something is distracting or you wanted to distract yourself, try the secret mantra of concentration. And if that concentration really helped, oh, well, thanks to the happy monk. So, yeah. So, with this, I would like to end this episode of this podcast. And if this really helped you, and if this inspired you, or if this made you feel, wow, this is a secret mantra which I have been looking for, drop in a comment or like or share my podcast, and it really brings a broad smile. So, until then, keep listening to The Mind Business. Bye bye.